live too, isn't it?
We're going live, and we're just going to play with this and let everybody hear our cross streaming. Actually, y'all go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to run out and grab my mail. Everybody just say hi.
What's up, everybody?
Right here.
What's happening?
Well, I tell you what, Daniel, why don't you introduce yourself and because everybody knows who you know, kind of give them an idea of what we're doing here. Go ahead and introduce all your group.
All right. Well, here we are. This is our first official episode. It's actually being recorded. It's not live. It's being recorded right now as we speak. This is a new ECBRO Bigfoot radio show. And we got Nikki Cologne, Pat Turner.
What's up?
Pat Turner, and Zach Sterrett from Illinois.
Yeah.
Of course, join on our end too. We also got Gary Sykes Jr. And here we are on this network. We will be aired on Spotify and Castbox, and then more to come in the future as they connect us with more. And also on the platform I'm using right now too, they actually assign you sponsors too for your podcast. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And this is completely free.
Absolutely.
There's nothing about this costs money. So,
absolutely. You actually make money eventually with it.
Yeah. Yes, I'll go ahead. I wasn't going to mention it earlier, but it's right now you get $15 for every 1,000 views. So, which is not bad, you know.
Yeah.
$15.
I've already made $2,000 tonight so far. Being on. So
y'all are
very lucrative. Very lucrative.
Now let's roll it right across. What we ended up doing, folks, is of course this is Kerry Spikes with P3 Productions, and I have been a co-host with Miss Ashley Jacobs with the Central Alabama Bigfoot Research Organization. Is that how you say it? Central Alabama
Bigfoot Research Organization. Yeah, just call it CABRO.
Yeah. I've been kind of helping her, and of course, me and Daniel, we go way back, and of course, everybody knows that Pat is, kind of a partner of mine. I just built this new platform, and we literally just got it done yesterday. And Daniel, thank you so much for giving me a good test run, kind of out of the blue. Daniel sent me this. We are broadcasting live, also. Not only recording on Daniel's end, we are broadcasting live on P3 Productions, and we're also broadcasting live with Miss Ashley Jacobs in her Facebook page. Also, through my Anchor account. So there are like 7 different platforms being here. But on our end of it, we have Mr. Big Dog with Mr. Big Dog's Random Podcast or show.
What's up?
We have my best friend and partner in crime, my technology guru, and Mr. Colin Douglas, which helps us in the background.
Wait, you're my technology guru. How can you have a guru if you're mine?
Okay,
Colin, we may need to switch here, buddy.
Okay, you're like Padawan, and I'm like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's my Sith Lord. But we were just doing a test run on this. I've actually I jumped on with Daniel for a little bit. I know they want to record and do their show, but Daniel, thank you again, man, for letting us jump on with you for a few minutes. I mean, that's
absolutely. This is very awesome. This is like a opening party podcast. I mean, they have all you guys joining in with us like this. We've been on for almost 58 minutes.
Oh, wow. Well, I can honestly say in the podcast world, I don't think this has been done.
It's a Bigfoot party.
Okay, are we getting more EVP or somebody talking or got background noise?
Somebody's talking, yeah. Yeah, Daniel, that's a whole nother show.
Daniel, you got to tune in tonight because we're going to talk about something really freaky that happened on our show last week.
Yeah, but they're actually busy. But Daniel, I know you wanted to kind of test now. We will be set up for the show on the 1st, Daniel, for the call in to help you out on that.
Oh yeah.
But
one other thing regarding that, because I plan on doing other podcasts on this network to continue to make sure I got get everything figured out and understood and any bugs that we might have. But so far the audio and everything has been perfect tonight.
Oh God, yeah.
I made that announcement earlier. make it again for future listeners. We do have David, the skunk ape hunter out of the Everglades in Florida. He will be joining us January 1st. That's a Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, I think that's going to be very interesting because a lot of people are curious to know, and they've been asking questions regarding one of his latest posts regarding skunk ape DNA and the results that came about that and what plans to further go into that.
Wow.
Yeah, so we want to know some answers. We want to know the really confirmation on that. He made that post. For anyone to make that kind of a post, that make that statement, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something behind it. There's got to be something. So we're going to question him. He's going to be sharing some of his research and talking about a lot of other stuff. Because anyone who's not familiar with him, he's all over the web. He's got some of the things. There's a skunk ape video footage. I think a lot of us are familiar with. You can find that on YouTube. You could just Google search his name, like skunk ape hunter David Shealy, and you'll get all kinds of videos. There's been interviews from Smithsonian Magazine. And there's a lot of that in there with him. There's been a lot of interviews. He's been on regular podcasts too. So I think he's definitely worth checking out. So yeah, definitely tune into that. And next Friday night, I'll usually make the link about it. Well, I actually already have the link. No, actually I don't because it wouldn't let me set it up too early. So I'll probably do it for like a day or two before the day it happens. So yeah, everyone be on the lookout for that. I just want to make sure I threw that out there. And I'll also want to make one last announcement too, because we'll probably go ahead and get ready to jump off here soon, and we'll get on Facebook. We'll check out Ashley's podcast. But yeah, I want to remind everybody, June 26th and June 27th of 2021 is the next annual Virginia Bigfoot Conference happening in Wares Cave, Virginia, at the Wares Cave Community Center. So you can find information about that on Facebook, on our event page. Just look up you can search other information for the ECBRO on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So, and anyone else want to throw anything out there before we all jump off here on our end?
Hey, those of y'all that are going to jump on and watch, do me a favor, copy the link and share it to other pages. I know he's got it going to several of them, but since I can't have that share option now that Facebook changed their ways.
Yeah, I'll definitely share it in the ECBRO group. So,
all right.
So.
Yeah, we'll share it around.
All right. Well, this has been fun. Zach, Pat, Gary, yeah, we're going to disconnect on this end. But meanwhile, I want to thank everybody for listening. And we will be doing some more episodes here on ECBRO Bigfoot Radio. So, again, thank you guys very much. And until next time.
All right. Merry Christmas to you, all y'all. If I don't talk to you before the end of the year or before then.
Peace.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you, Daniel.
Okay.
All right. We ready to roll?
Give me about another second.
Rock and roll.
No, Gary. I'm tired of waiting on your ass.
Hey, I don't care, little miss. I've been waiting on you all day.
Look, I got to show off my new Christmas shirt. Wait, can I get it back?
Let's say
rock out with my squatch out.
That's cool.
Here's a little Christmas present to myself.
I got a Christmas shirt. I got a Christmas shirt too. I'm not sure where it is though. Maybe I'll do find it.
Now that's weird. Yeah,
Snake Man, are you frozen? Or are you just mean mugging us?
He's thinking.
Oh, he's frozen.
I think he dropped on. I think Pat's going to come on in a minute. For some reason, it's not letting me go live on my page. That's weird.
Well, there's Snake Man again. Are you back?
There's
Twice.
two Snake Men.
Snake Eyes?
Snake Man. Snake Eyes, I better be getting some money.
Go ahead and start up. I'm working.
Let me double check something here because I don't even see us broadcasting in the group.
I think it is.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. Just had to refresh. Ooh. Merry Christmas to you, Facebook user. And yes, Chupa did sneak in behind me.
There we go. And we are now. Y'all go ahead. I'm working on my end. That's the beauty of this is having folks that can host, and then I can do the production side. We are now live on Facebook on my end. We're live on your end, Facebook. We're fixing to. We're already live on Anchor, my end, and we're fixing to go live YouTube on my end. Hopefully,
yeah, we're live on YouTube on my end as well.
I only see you on there.
What?
Yeah, I can't stream the video side of it just yet.
Oh.
Working on that software. It'll be strictly audio, and y'all will see me. Me and Colin are working on being able to stream the video.
Oh, okay.
Everything using some software, and I'll have that done hopefully in the next day or two.
Cool.
Once again, sorry.
No problem. I'll go ahead and introduce us. This is Expeditions for Answers. I am Ashley Jacobs with the Central Alabama Bigfoot Research Organization. Got my buddy Gary, my production guru, whose production guru is Colin, and Big Dog is just here for his looks. So we will be getting into some interesting things here and there. Two things we want to talk about. I guess I may have to resend it to Gary, but I might have collected some kind of evidence this last week. I might not have. Always my biggest critic. I already outruled the footprint that I thought I found. Cannot find my casting material, so that made it that much harder. But I did kind of outline it with baby powder. When I went back and looked at it during the daytime, it looked like it was where an armadillo kind of started to dig. And but then I got some hair that was tied along the barbed wire fence next to the pasture. And all we've got is black Angus cows in that pasture. They ain't got a lick of white on them. And the hair, hanging down was about a good 6 inches just from the strand. So I was real careful in collecting that. We'll go over, no matter what, whether it is or it isn't, when you're collecting stuff, we just kind of want to go through the steps of that. And we had some rather interesting events happen after the show that I had to abruptly end, which I do, again, apologize about. We had 5 witnesses to this stuff happening. I tried to go back and record it here on StreamYard and was unable to because somebody is, instead of a quick draw, a quick smudge, Gary. Tell Crystal that. And
well, she was on point, buddy.
Yeah, she was, but it was so strange. Big Dog, you were there. We'll start on that. I'll let you go ahead and start telling that story.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. We were doing the podcast, and then we started getting all these weird messages, and then I think we got off, and then we started playing the messages, and it sounded like 2 people talking, or like I think someone said it sounded like he was being told what to say.
Yeah,
and there was this weird kind of growl, throaty sounds. Yeah, it was really strange. And then the smudging and all that stuff started happening.
Yeah, it was basically like, okay, there was a comment made towards the end of the show that hit really close to home for one of us. I won't go into details.
No,
Do what?
Go ahead. I'm cool with it.
Okay. Unfortunately, Gary's mother recently passed away from COVID.
2 days.
And yeah,
I buried her that day.
yeah, and he actually, buried her that Wednesday, which, as y'all know, we do our shows on Wednesdays. And we listened to a vocal that sounded, there was like a forlorn kind of sound to this quote unquote Bigfoot howl. And, we were using, and this comment popped up as far as it being like, okay, imagine if your mother was, died. And when I saw that, I mean, if you watched last week or if you go back and watch it again, you're going to be like, you see my reaction when I read the comment. And I was like telling Gary, because he's right about after that, he's turning around going, well, let me check out what comments we got going on. And I'm going, no, don't just turn your head. And then he sits back and he goes, I'm biting my tongue. I said, okay, we're just going to end. I mean, cut off all professionalism and whatnot, because it was just, I was worried about my buddy. So we went ahead and cut off, and then all of a sudden this guy starts sending the voice messages to Gary. He did apologize.
Yeah.
But we were hearing two different languages. We kept hearing what comments we got going on, and I'm going, no. Yeah. And then, what are you doing?
Sorry. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, you got me speaking twice. I know that was my voice. But so we go back through it, and we're listening to these things, and there's like the two languages, and it almost sounds like EVPs. And when Big Dog mentioned growls, it was, I mean, we got 5 witnesses to this going on, and we listened to these things over and over and over again, and it was just so weird.
And that's not including the screams.
Yeah, not including the screams either. And so, right, on the ball, his wife, Crystal, starts smudging the house. I mean, she is like on the ball. And we listened to these vocals, I don't know how many different times while we were in here. And I was like, wait a minute, let me jump back in. We'll create a new studio. I want this on recording. So no sooner than I got recording into a new one, Crystal finished up her smudging. We start playing the recording. All that's gone, except for the 2 languages. And one of the languages that Gary found out was Aramaic, and the other one was Polish. And there was this word,
which the guy was Polish.
Yes, he was. And he basically he said something, like he was very sorry, and they almost sounded like he was like saying fuck me, whatever. And then you hear him say, I can't remember exactly how to pronounce it or whatever, but it was like Bleshvim or something, and it was in Polish. So I just kind of typed it in Google, because no, I am not fluent in Polish, to see what it was, and it popped up in as the meaning, and it corrected my spelling, of course, but it came back as blasphemy. And we're all sitting there going, whoa. Yeah. And it, like I said, there was 5 witnesses to this. It was me, Big Dog, Gary, his wife, and then my best friend actually came in because she knows Gary, and we brought her into the room, and she was concerned for him because she knew what had been going on with him. And she was even, she's kind of, she knows, she's into the paranormal because we met working at a nursing home together, so we've had our ghost experiences and things like that. But when it came to this, it was, she's open-minded about Bigfoot. She doesn't believe, but she does not disbelieve. But with ghosts, she's like, yeah, I know, and demons and whatnot. But this was just, that whole little thing just blew my mind. And even then, I told Gary that I just happened to go back and I was rewatching last week's show, and I started, and he even turned around and said, remember Big Dog when he was like, breathe by your mic, breathe into your mic? And then he asked me to breathe through my nose, and I was like, yeah. And we couldn't pick nothing up. And then I had moved my mic out because I was taking a sip of my drink, and my mic was still sitting out here. And all of a sudden, you start hearing I mean, this was actually caught. You just got to really go, and you start hearing a whisper. and it's an underlying whisper. It's not background noise. I mean, I keep my TV muted when I'm in here. I think all of us pretty much know to do that. So Lord knows what actually happened last week. So it was one of those things that makes you kind of go. And I know when the growl happened, it was kind of funny because we're sitting here, we got the cameras and we could see each other on the screen. And when the actual EVP came across of the growl, both mine and my head snapped up, and then all of a sudden Gary's did, and everybody else kind of had that. We got our hands caught in the cookie jar look. Everybody was kind of going. It was the looks on everybody's faces while we were recording was just crazy.
Yeah, it was weird because at first I thought maybe since he was a foreigner, that maybe he just misquoted or just said, typed it out wrong or whatever. But then we started listening to the messages he was sending. I was like, no, he's crazy.
Yeah, and he kept saying it. Oh, I was just trying to say, imagine if, and I did not know about your story. But to me, when you say, when you're listening to Bigfoot vocals or any kind of something, and it sounds sad to you, I would never look at someone and say, hey, imagine that someone you love died. To me, that's an inappropriate comment no matter what.
I mean, that's why I thought he just, just worded it wrong, I mean, he probably meant, imagine that someone that's close to you passed away and this is what you were hearing, but after a while listening to the recordings, it just sounded a whole different, almost malicious, like he was
malevolent.
Yeah,
it was definitely, especially when we're getting screams and growls out of nowhere on the audio. Yeah. And we're kind of like, wow, what the heck is going on here?
Mm-hmm. It was strange.
Very strange. We lost our production guru. We still got Colin though.
He's the backup.
He's the backup.
I got no buttons to push. He must be talking to his wife or something.
Probably. What's up, Snake Man?
Snake Man, you hear him?
Sorry, folks. I had to step outside and check on the generator. It was flickering my lights a little bit.
It's a demon. It's a demon. Haven't you ever seen Supernatural? The lights flicker.
We just crossed over another platform. I figured out we're literally live here, live in Ashley's, live on my personal Facebook, live on P3 Productions Facebook, live on P3 Productions group, and we're live on YouTube at the moment.
Wow.
Interesting.
Taking over the world.
Folks, we're going to... Sorry about that. I'm excited.
Wait, hold on. Before you say goodnight, the last Facebook user, like I said, you got to give StreamYard permission to post your name. The one that's talking about South Georgia, give me a holler and let me know who you are.
Okay, see, I don't see those comments.
Daniel, just if you hit the buttons and hit copy link and then share it, that way I'd appreciate it because
I see.
That's about the only way. Because like you said, so far, once you have a private group, if you try and do it, then it won't let you actually share the post. You got to copy the link and then send it out that way.
Zach, I noticed on the Facebook on my deal, he said his head is soon going to break off if he keeps looking around so much. Folks, I got like 5 screens going. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Welcome, Pat. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm well, and I have 12 screens going. So
he's one upping you.
Yeah, Gary, I'm crushing you on screen.
It don't take much to one up this redneck, I tell you.
No, I got a flight simulator going over here, man. I'm playing flight simulator, or I'm like playing Call of Duty on the other one.
Where's your Christmas lights this night? This is our last show before Christmas and of the year. Go get them. Yeah, we want festive Pat. Gary, unless you're too involved, or we'll go to Big Dog first. Big Dog, I mean, seriously, what are your thoughts on everything that we experienced last week?
It was pretty weird because I'm not really into all that supernatural or paranormal stuff, but I did hear all the stuff that you were talking about. I did hear the whispering. I did hear the growls. It was pretty weird the way it kind of unfolded, because like when you saw the comment, and then he was like, let me see what's on the comment. I'm like, no, I don't read them. They're kind of lame. If you can't remember me saying that. And then I kind of saw what was going on. I was like, oh, dang.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So with you not being into that and having witnessed it, where does that put you as far as your spectrum? Are you on the fence? Are you more towards?
Well, I mean, I believe in it. I just don't like to mess with it. It's just kind of like taboo. It's just like, wow. It's the stuff that our mamas tell us not to mess with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw how quick Crystal jumped out with that smudge stick. It's like as soon as she started hearing the growling and the voices as Gary was replaying it, I mean, that woman was like, smudge, smudge, smudge. I mean, she was just out all over the place.
We've dealt with this multiple times. I mean, I've been in the paranormal field for 20 years, and let's just say that we've dealt with this more than once. I got 2 cameras going, so I don't know which way to look. I need to be able to clone my head.
We don't need to see you full on. I've had enough ugly mug.
Please don't clone yourself.
You know I love you.
Yeah, I hear you, Big Dog. Like, you and me are kind of in the same place, bro. Like, I've been screamed at. I've been harassed a little bit. I just kind of don't want to have anything to do with them. I've said that on air a dozen times. Like, I don't know what they are exactly. I don't trust them because I don't know what they are. And
it can't be good.
Yeah, well, they come around screaming. I mean, hell, Gary saw one. Gary kissed one in the lips. He kissed it. He kissed it right through the windshield, man. They had an embrace, and he said that damn thing was ugly and mean looking, right, Gary?
Yeah, something like that. It terrified me. I tell you, I still looks like we lost one stream. Sorry about that, folks.
You're multitasking too much.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. It's very hard to do this and talk at the same time, and that's the reason I've got my main man up here calling. We're getting him kind of involved in some of this. He's going to take some of this hopefully off of me because, folks, our whole goal with this, and it's just like Pat was saying about the information. We have 3 podcast hosts here. We just streamed with Daniel Benoit, another one, but our goal is to get the information out there in an unbiased and not so aggressive opinion, or would that be the way to put it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, put it this way: this is the last show of the year, and it is no holds barred, and I don't mind experiment with this to see what's going on, and have Pat play with his jingle balls. I mean, Christmas lights, and we're here to have fun, and me and Gary popped up with a couple of ideas as far as talking about what happened last week, and another little thing that I'm still iffy on as far as that goes. And Gary, guess what?
Yeah.
You get to multitask for a second.
No, you give me just a second. I've lost one stream.
Well, who's still here? I mean, we got Big Dog. What's up, Big Dog? Hey, let's talk.
Yeah, y'all talk. I'll be back.
I think Daniel's here too. He just sent me a message saying he was back streaming.
I'm still here.
Talk to Snake Man. He hasn't talked much. What's happening, Snake Man?
Oh, Snake Man, like the guy that actually knows about snakes, right?
Right. I also am the owner and operator of Southern Night Reptile Retrieval and also Southern Night Paranormal Investigations.
All right. Well, I have a question for you, Snake Man. If I get bit by a copperhead, can I just take some Benadryl and be fine, or should I go to the hospital?
No. Go
That's
to the
a no.
hospital.
Yeah, but won't they just give you Benadryl?
If you're in Texas, they just tell you cowboy up.
I'm in Texas.
Right, yeah. So for Big Dog has cowboy up, but I in Georgia have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, I lived in Paris, Texas for over 16 years. I owned and operated a business in Paris, Texas,
Oh, okay.
catching snakes and nuisance animals.
Have you ever been
And-
bitten by a venomous snake?
Yes, by a rattlesnake.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Oh
yeah, that's
my
like
God.
I was trying to get him, and he got me.
Did your flesh rot off or anything?
No, I was lucky though. It just went through the boot, like I told you guys on that one show, that if you wear leather, like leather boots and stuff like that, it'll help stop the fangs. Well, it just barely stopped it, and it just barely touched it into my skin.
Oh,
But they did a thorough. They kept me for a couple of hours just to watch and make sure, and they measured where the puncture was, but there was no venom going in at all.
I knew one guy that got bit on the shoe, and the venom from the copperhead soaked into his sock, and he walked around, and then I guess the sweat and everything, it kind of it went into the skin like the
pores.
Yeah, it went into the pores, and he had to go to the hospital. It was still just as bad.
Yeah, I want to say there was a guy a year ago fly was hiking
I don't know.
Wealthy Falls and got bit 3 times by a baby cottonhead or cotton, excuse me, and wound up going into a coma. He just thought he didn't feel good, so he went home, laid down, didn't realize he'd been bit.
Yeah,
and he wound up dying, which was
that's like that little. Hello, I can't hear you. The volume is cutting in and out, y'all.
Everybody else good?
I'm good.
I can hear I can hear everybody pretty good.
Now I can hear you better. But you know what's funny is that
Go ahead, Snake Man.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna make a joke, so go ahead.
We love our Pat jokes, though.
Well, Pat, you got to watch out going in those woods. You got to watch out for the gang of midget Bigfoot that are going to attack you.
Hey, quit talking about my people that way.
Big and hairy Gary. That's what it is from now on.
Yeah, Gary's like Bobo. He's our new Bobo, right?
Don't do that to me when I'm drinking.
No, I mean
Gary,
just like put Gary out there, right? Gary's a big dude. We're gonna measure some shit, you know. We're gonna measure.
Well, you know what the going saying is about taking me out in the woods squatting.
Wait a minute, you said to take Gary out there into the woods. Like what, bait?
Yeah,
well, that's what I was just fixing to
Gary
say.
bait. Yeah.
Snake Man can know he's been out in the woods with me, but you don't have to outrun the squash to outrun me because I don't run.
I'll just trip your ass.
That's cool. All right, so I can take my camera and turn around and watch you get mauled by a Sasquatch and prove
I will take one for the team if we can get that footage.
Yeah, as long as you get it on film.
No, we're not going to let that happen.
Look, that's a lot like when I got stalked by a Black Panther one night. I was out with my boyfriend. We were going on a trail ride the next morning. So we decided to go four-wheeling. We're 2 miles away from the house. It runs out of gas because his brother had told us it was full. And so we're walking back, and there's something in the woods. And I'm like, there's something follow us. It's just a deer. It's probably just a hog. It's no bother. And then I got enough little bit of moonlight to see this silhouette, and it was definitely a Black Panther. And I kept telling him, that's a panther. That's a panther. And he was like, no, it's not. And I said, fine. You put your happy ass right here so that he can be munching on you while I run my ass all the way home. Because I'm not going to stick around to prove that. I'm not going to wait to prove my point by me being eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about mountain lions.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because we were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good discussion about mountain lions and sightings and everything else in different locations, and that was a big part of our discussion on the podcast we just finished a little while ago. Started from Bigfoot and got into mountain lions. And by the way, the upload, it's already uploaded too. That platform that I'm using is like incredible. It's like I was able to hit 2 buttons and it was already uploaded, and all I had to do was just start sharing it. So
nice.
So yeah, it's I have it shared on my main timeline, and I shared it in the main ECBRO group and a few other places. So yeah, if you guys want to go back and check it out, it was actually pretty interesting. We had fun for our first episode on the new radio platform. So
yeah, and
I'll definitely check it out.
Half of you were here for that.
Yeah. Thanks to Gary and his
I want to say
high tech.
5 of us right here.
Well, 5 and folks, I do apologize for dropping stream. I'm literally running on like half my capacity with this generator going, but me and my Seth Lord over here, we're gonna be working on it here pretty quick.
No, you're coming through,
Lord.
Daniel. I do got to give props where it's at. You've known me a while now, Daniel, and the Snake Man and Big Dog and all y'all. But the man that taught me, and he says he didn't, but he really did, is the one that motivated me and kept me going and learning all this is Mr. Colin Douglas.
Nah, he did it all himself.
No, like this would not be possible. P3 Productions would not be possible if it wasn't for this man. He's done all my computer work. He's built my computers.
Wow.
And like he says, I'll call him and say, hey, I got this idea. And he goes, well, I'll get back with you on it. And then I get to thinking about it. And then we turn our numbers and we figure it out. But
Gary, check it out. Real quick, guys. If I can, real quick, with Gary here. Shoot. Maybe you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Gary,
is that the adapter?
Gary left. Yes, it's the. How do you know that?
Because I use them all the time, honey. if I do my night vision video, I pop my SD card into it.
Because that's the same case that the little micro SD comes inside of it. So
yeah. There's a story behind this. We've got a special project that he's got the footage we've been able to get on. Wait until the first.
Let's give him a tease. We'll give him a tease. We'll tease it.
My birthday is January 3rd. My birthday present is I want to release mine and Patrick's show that we've been working on for a while. It's going to blow the Bigfoot world apart if we can get this thing going.
Well, let's give him a tease.
I've seen. Look, Pat, I will tell you, he has kind of shown me a few things, and I have been like, wow. I mean, really, we were live on one, and he sent me that picture of the night vision, or the trail cams that were 2 different angles, and I mean, my jaw just, holy shit.
Well, that's
all I could say.
That was mine.
Oh, that's not involved in the project?
No,
that's
wow.
Totally independent. Now, I would, Colin, have you still got footage of the image stabilization?
Maybe. That's a definite maybe.
And that's another thing.
Definite maybe. Love that.
Colin and I have just started doing some image stabilization stuff. Where'd Daniel go?
I don't know.
To hell.
He does.
Oh shit! How do I bring? I can't bring my desktop Shit.
Well,
I can't.
I'm just going to say this:
Wait.
that if we can get this thing going, and Big Dog, this is going to be right down your alley too, because I know your area, and we will be in that area. We are going to put a whole new perspective. How would you say it? Perception on perspective on searching for the ever elusive target species, for the simple fact that be able to cover 10 miles in about 4 minutes and do it with thermal and 1080p video simultaneously.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm trying to pull this up. Gary, Gary, you could do a better job than this at me.
Send it to me, or what do you want to do?
Trying to share it, but I can't get the window to minimize enough to share it. Like,
can you send it to me through Messenger?
It's us, but I have it on my QuickTime player.
Oh,
and I cannot get it to share. Every time I minimize it, it just goes away from the share option.
A lot of it might be that machine too. That you're running, Colin. He's running a Mac system. That's your department. I don't do Mac. No, we've got, like I said,
I don't either.
The show will release the first part of the year, so we'll.
I would love to share a piece of it. Like, it means so much to me to be able to do that. Actually,
if you can clip it and send it to me in Messenger, I might can.
I don't. What's a clip?
I've got the
stabilization pulled up.
Yeah.
This is something along the lines of what we're fixing to start. Keep working on it, Pat, and we'll come right.
Yeah, sure.
Colin, can you share? You should be able to.
You see the black right down?
Wait, I could do entire screen. Hold on.
Can you see that?
Wait,
Nope.
did we just totally lose Colin, or?
No, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
I don't see it.
Now I see it. You at the bottom, so we're good.
I'm not seeing nothing.
I'm trying to share a screen now. It's at the very bottom.
No, come on.
No, I got it now. I could just do entire screen. Screen.
That's weird because I'm not catching any of y'all share screens.
Well, I
need more monitors. Me and Gary been talking about this. I have got to really build my studio.
I'm not getting any of the chat room at all, and every now and again the audio keeps popping in and out.
No, I mean, we're running with a new system. Well, mine is still the same, but with Gary jumping in and doing his thing and spreading it around and whatnot. I mean, this, like I said, this is the last one of the year, and there's just a few things that we were touching on, but for the most part, it's just us getting together and him figuring it out. And
it'll get better, folks. It'll. Matter of fact, we're already working in the background as we speak on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If anybody has anything like they want to go for, because as far as my evidence and whatnot, I'm gonna have to wait on him to share it. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to you again, Gary. Okay. That way you'll have it fresh.
There's one place. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's not letting me share anything. It's just it's not an option. Yeah.
It's not letting you do screen share at all?
No. When I go to share my entire screen or anything, there's no option to do that. So I'm not sure what that's all about.
At the bottom of the screen, there's no share screen option.
Well, no, I can pull up the window and where you should be able to normally share things. It's just that the share button is blanked out. There's no. Yeah, there's no.
I think Snake Man just fell off. Yeah. Try it now.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do it. It's like it won't let me share anything, nothing.
Crap.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what that's all about.
I can share it, but it doesn't look like it's showing up on the.
No, because I don't see anybody sharing anything.
I think it has. Actually, I think it has to be like
It's
like when I'm backstage and you have to pull.
It's some kind of setting, maybe on the host end.
Maybe there's too many people.
You should be able to share screen, because I hit my share screen and it worked, but of course I've got my janked up stuff.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Okay.
I'm sharing. Anyway, I'm sharing.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Ashley, make me a co-host.
Okay, tell me how to do that.
If I can remember how to do that, I haven't messed with StreamYard in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Facebook, what's up, chat?
I'm not catching none of it. I'm too busy.
Hey, can I get some F's in chat?
F's in chat.
Let me get some F's in chat. Come on, chat. It's like you always have to like engage with chat.
Well, that's the whole thing. A little bit more organizational, and folks, once again, we do apologize, but we would like to do this at least, once every 2 or 3 weeks, get a bunch of you guys together and cross-platform and work. But what I think we might end up doing is like letting me kind of run the background, and do the production side of it.
There we go.
And then maybe me and Colin tag team that or something, and then have like Ashley and maybe a guest host, like Pat jump in sometimes and Big Dog jump in and just do like when me and Big Dog and Pat, we first started this a couple of years ago, we called it open mic night.
Yeah, I'll keep talking. I'll be
pretty much.
Yeah, and we had a lot of blast with it. That one show, Big Dog, you remember that? We had like 300 viewers within like an hour.
Yeah, and then there was one that we did for like 3 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. That me and you and Felipe and Pat was on, and Daniel was there. I mean, it was a great deal, and I think it worked great to have Snake Man on, because you talk about people with stories. It was so funny meeting Snake Man. We go way back from when I was a teenager. Way back around Paris, Texas. A pretty big name, Bigfoot situation, but it was just cool. And I heard Snake Man talking about I was busy trying to get our system back up, and you talking about getting bit by a rattlesnake. Of course, I've been bit 3 times by rattlesnakes, and they almost killed me every time. People don't understand the amount of pain when that venom hits your system. I mean, it for lack of better term, fucks with you.
Does it feel like a bullet? Or
no, just a searing hot pain throughout your body. Yeah, like a burn. Stain.
They're pit vipers, so they're very nasty. I was going to say something, Gary. When I get my leg fixed and everything, we got to go back to Paris, and I'm going to have a new starter kit for you to use. It's going to be just a laser pointer and a big billy club.
We do need to get down there. I've got a couple of friends that's real close to there. One's I can say he's probably as good or better a tracker than I am. And the other one's Henri is all get out too. And we're all kind of crippled up, so we'll all be about the same speed.
It's funny though, is that there's one place I want to go investigate, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it's called Boston, Ohio.
I don't think I have.
No, never heard of that.
It's where the teenagers got killed and an army soldier got killed, and they found like a underground bunker out there. Apparently, they were experimenting with something, and it got loose. And they totally closed down the entire town, made everybody leave in the 1970s.
Whoa.
And it's still going on there, and they think it's a shapeshifter of some sort.
Wow!
And I'd love to get out there and check this out.
I'm trying to think we're Boston, Ohio.
I'm going to be totally armed though.
Yeah, but what if it shape shifts into like a little kid or something non-threatening, and
Well,
like a big old spike comes out of his chest?
Thomas
hey,
K. Thomas K. mentioned the name of kind of the slang term is called Helltown.
yeah,
Wasn't that not in
and
with the movie? What was the name of that movie? About the video game Silent
Ghostbusters.
Hill? No, Silent Hill.
Oh
Oh
God.
yeah.
Ugh.
Wasn't
No.
that
Well,
in with?
You just gave me
fun-
goosebumps saying Silent Hill. Holy cow.
the thing is though about this Boston, Ohio, is that they actually had some people investigate it. A journalist, investigative journalist, investigated it with his crew. Went down into a skylight that was underground for the bunker, and they actually found the holding cell for this thing that had been basically ripped open from the inside.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yeah, and everybody, it looked like they had scattered. They left everything as it was. You know, when they were doing their thing, it's like a quick grab your shit and run.
Wow.
yeah, that
That
would be a situation where you would want to get out of there as fast as you can.
You know,
hell no! I thought we'd all go camping there.
Probably a good
I
idea.
have such a hard, that's the reason I've kind of moved over to the Squatch thing, and because a lot of folks thinks the Squatches are more supernatural, but man, that supernatural stuff, just like what happened to us the other night. Me and Crystal's had so many times that the stuff kind of follow us home, and bad karma.
Yeah.
We just don't even warden up the way we do, and
Yeah, fuck all that.
yeah,
Well,
at least Bigfoot I can shoot at.
Well, that's why we always
Exactly.
carried a vial or bottle of holy water. To kind of protect ourselves, and we smudge ourselves as we are leaving whatever investigation we're doing.
Yeah.
Is to make sure that we don't have anything clinging to us. There's been several times I've taken my daughter on investigations in Paris, and she'd had things attached to her, and my grandson would see shadows in his bedroom.
Ooh.
And he'd come in and run to me, and he'd tell me about it, and I'd end up staying on the floor in his bedroom with him. Because these shadows would walk back and forth by his crib. He actually gave me details of an Indian shadow in his room right by his crib.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there going, that don't sound right.
Yeah.
And
you like
bad,
that?
right?
Yeah. Speaking of, all the alternative cryptids and stuff like here, Thomas K is in our Facebook, talking on Facebook, and he's the one that mentioned the Helltown and all that. He is up in the Barrens of New Jersey and has had some experience with the Jersey Devil, and actually knows a lot about the history, about the Leeds family and stuff like that. Actually, we might get him set up to do a show with you, because he's a great interview, great guy, just a great guy all around. He's one of the most passionate guys of the subject matter I've seen in a long time, and I've seen a few.
Man, it would be cool to hear somebody talking about that.
That really would be. Now, I wonder one thing, and this is just a stupid thought, I guess, but in human species, we have dwarfism and stuff like that. I wonder if they have dwarfism in Sasquatch species.
You'd almost have to, because every species on the planet has a genetic variance. Why would we not think that they wouldn't? We've discussed this a lot. Me and Big Dog has, in private, and so does Pat. They'd almost have to, because why wouldn't they? Being a biological species, unless you're.
I think a dwarf Sasquatch, it would be more dangerous than a full size Sasquatch, because you can't see them coming.
Well, if you think about it, a lot of the Native Americans talk about the pugways and stuff like that. That's all little, built similar to a Sasquatch.
My only thing is, like, how do you how do you tell the difference between a juvenile Sasquatch and a
Yeah.
dwarf Sasquatch? You know,
It might look like Wee Man from
At least you
Jackass.
can get away easier. All you gotta do is punt them like a football.
I don't know. You know, I've heard a few stories of like 12 and 13-inch tall, little green people and stuff like that. And
God,
Mhm.
especially across the ocean. Yeah, especially across the ocean over around Ireland and England and Scotland over in the UK, and
Oh yeah.
that to me seems more paranormal than
I got some friends in England, matter of fact, over in Yorkshire, England, and they want me to come over there and investigate a place called Ferry Hill.
Ooh.
That's Ireland, isn't it? No, that's
no,
England.
It's England.
Yeah.
And they want me to investigate it, and I told them that I want to get a team together. If we can ever get the grant money to do it, I want to get a team together and go do that.
We might not be doing much anything with COVID running rampant.
Yeah. The COVID's gonna kind of screw that all up for now.
Yeah.
You do know.
If you're gonna go to the UK, man, just enjoy the UK. Like, don't go looking for little green men. Jesus Christ, dude.
There's plenty of other things to look at over there.
Yeah. You do know that once this virus thing will disappear after the actual election.
Hopefully.
Well, now we ain't. Do we really?
No, we don't.
It's not going to disappear, but it will in mainstream media. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
They'll find something else to hold about.
I don't believe that the virus is actually 100%, what they say it is. Do you?
No, but I do know it's deadly. I've lost two very close my family to it.
It's a virus. Yeah. It's hit
our family.
It's 100. It is 100% a novel virus to the
it's hit my family.
Yeah,
it's hit my family. Thank God that we haven't lost anybody, but it has hit our family.
Thomas, back on our subject of the dwarf, and I hate to say that, but dwarf Sasquatch, and he's like Sasquatch dwarf tossing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what if it got reversed? What if we was getting tossed by the Sasquatch?
Yeah.
And then he had a good question: does COVID affect Sasquatch? And throughout history of the First Nations, they talk about the same diseases that affected the First Nations affected the Sasquatch as a people. Like influenza and stuff like that. And I know Snake Man, I know you had actually talked about that in the past. I remember you talking about how you thought the population of Sasquatch was growing because we're getting generations past the influenza. Was it influenza that took out a lot of chickenpox? Thank you. Yeah.
Smallpox or something like that. Yeah. And, it's funny is that, they don't have the immunizations for that. They don't know nothing about any of that. But that shit there just wipe them out just like that, just like it did a lot of Native American species. Tribes.
Yeah, but not all of them.
No,
not all of them.
They live.
I'm proud.
They live outside, and they're always swimming in the ditch, and here we are sanitizing everything all our lives. And, so our immune system is nowhere probably near as good as theirs.
Probably.
I mean, yeah, they could get sick, but I mean, the chances of it is pretty. It came from a bat. I mean, that's an animal. I mean, how many Squatches probably eat bats all the time? They probably have a big basket full of bats and watch Transformers through a mobile home window or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's a good point, Big Dog. But I'll even back that up with a different point. How would they get close enough to a human being to attract COVID? I mean, that's not realistic.
Pat, you mentioned a very good point. In the Facebook comments, my wife answered what Thomas is with about do they get COVID? And she says no, because they're the masters of social distancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the champions of the world.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What the
There
hell
you go.
are you
I'm
doing?
Bigfoot champion. He's getting into the spirit.
Wait, hey, Pat, were you on when I showed off my new shirt?
No. Nice.
Actually,
See?
saw my shirt when I was in Florida.
So yeah, I
Hey,
mean, the point is that how would they ever get close enough to a human being to contract COVID in the first place? You have to
well,
be
look
in
what
their
happened.
If
face.
they eat one,
Look,
I mean,
thanks a lot.
Consumption of a COVID patient may result in death.
Yeah.
Well, look what happened in my case when I was 14. Okay, look how close I was. Okay, they do sometimes get close to certain human beings.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But what are the odds they'll get that close in that anomalous situation to somebody that has fucking COVID?
Well,
Virtually zero chance.
you know, I had a friend in New York who had cancer, and the Squatches hung around his house. They actually got real close to his house. They were trying to take care of him, protect him. And they know when you're sick. They know when you're not sick.
well, yeah, like dogs know when you're got a sickness or whatever. I mean, a predator would know. I mean, that's how you survive. You can't go around eating a sick deer and then contract whatever it's got and then die from whatever you.
No.
Right.
So you know whenever it's sick.
True.
What is that moose? The brain disease, the parasite that gets the moose. Gosh.
I'm from
You mean the
Texas.
deer?
I would
Oh,
know.
you're talking about for the deer and the venison?
Yeah,
Oh.
but
The
it's
zombie
like
deer disease. They
Oh,
call it.
yeah, zombie deer. Yeah.
yeah, it's like when you see it mostly up north,
PWD.
when, in the moose, because that's and
Chronic.
people say don't eat that. It's like mad cow disease. I can't
Yeah.
even get blood
Yeah,
these
I was
days
gonna
because
say
I lived
mad
in Italy.
deer, mad moose disease.
Matt,
Yeah, see, I lived in Italy back in the 90s, so I'm not allowed to give blood because I was there during the mad cow era, and
wow.
that's that knocks me off the list. But I told him I was a crazy heifer to begin with, so I don't know why just living over there makes it that much worse.
Yeah, that's a chronic wasting
so,
disease.
so Bullwinkle went berserk, huh?
I mean, it's sad to watch them because, I mean, my gosh, they just walk around in circles and.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it. That's
Chronic
not as
wasting
bad
disease?
though. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's not as bad though as that damn, like you said, that zombie disease for the deer.
It's called chronic wasting disease.
Thank you. Yes. And it starts off with a parasite or something that they get in them.
Like a tick.
It's not like a tick. It's like a parasite that actually crawls up into their brain.
I think it's an encephalitis. It's like mad cow.
Yeah.
There's no parasite involved.
The biggest thing that gets me about that is, most hunters don't consume the brain. And then if you cook the meat, they tell you not to eat the meat. But if you cook the meat to a certain degree, it's going to kill every parasite in the flesh. And if it's strictly in the brain, if you take the brain out, I mean, because I'm going to tell you right now, I got 100 and something pounds of deer meat in the freezer that I'm going to continue to eat until the day I die. If I get it, I get it.
It's the same thing with raccoons. I mean, my gosh, they're big carriers for rabies, but get me a good sized coon, I'll be cooking its meat up with some beans.
I understand what happened now in Washington. All the Democrats had moose brain.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, who's to say that the food that we get from the store is safe?
Folks, I'll be right back. I think my power just came back on.
Well, it's done me good, big dog. Like I get food from the store. It does me good,
I mean, it does me good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tracked this down myself, guys. I tracked it down myself.
Chick-fil-A, yes, sir.
Chick-fil-A.
Yes, sir.
Was there a vehicle involved?
Got it.
Hey, they make good breakfast. Do you ever have their breakfast?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
We're close to one.
Did you
I'll
say
be
you
right
tracked
back.
it down your? Did you say
Y'all
you tracked
chat.
it down yourself? Was there a vehicle involved?
I didn't even drive to get it. My roommate got it for me, so
There you go.
I can't claim any kind of credit for that.
Right.
Well, you gave the command.
There ain't
No,
Oh
nothing.
my God!
There ain't nothing better in this world than a fucking Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit. Oh my god.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
No.
Ugh.
What you want is you want one of my wife's biscuits and gravy meals.
Ooh.
The kind that sticks to your ribs.
Maybe
made
so.
biscuits and gravy
Yeah.
the other day.
Like home cooking. That's one thing. I'm just saying about like kind of like go like throw and go. Like pick something up.
I thought you said goat, didn't you?
I've had goat. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Well, I know lamb. is delicious.
Cabrita.
Tastes like meat.
Yeah.
I used to eat lots of squirrels. I had a squirrel that was a traitor to his own species. He was trained, and he would call them out, and I would shoot them.
Well, why not? That's brilliant.
How do you know that he just wasn't lonely and he would call some friends over and then, wow, dang it, it always happens. You go call some more friends.
Now you feel bad,
Oh,
don't
he
you?
got him. No, because he got himself a girlfriend. But I tell you what, though, I mean, with the stuff that's going around right now, with people saying that Bigfoot's going to attack everybody that he sees, that doesn't happen all the time. I don't
No,
even think
doesn't.
it's I think it's done for a reason. I don't know if it's maybe because you're too close to their child or their mate,
Yeah.
or maybe you just pissed them off.
You're putting out some
No.
bad vibes.
Violate their space, make them think they're juvenile or their family altogether is in trouble. Or rogue. The rogues, I know, those tend to be because everybody says if there's one squatch, there's another, but you do have your rogues that do go out on their own,
Yep.
and they're usually the ones that, they're the ones that send out the attack and that you hear the most about for hurting somebody.
Could be an alpha too.
Do what?
Could be an alpha too.
Yeah, you never know. But I mean, let's see. I've only had one experience with it. With I guess you could say where it turns out to be some sort of an aggression, but at the same time, this is an area that I'm used to squatching in. But we had other people there with us, and these people were strangers.
Important.
Yeah, they were strangers, and we were coming up, this little trail from the swamp, and we were about to walk out of this field, and as we're walking between some trees, we hear this. I mean, it was heavy thunder. It was like a Clydesdale coming through in the brush and everything.
Wow.
And I mean, I whipped around. I mean, it was so loud. I mean, when I whipped around, my hand went straight to the butt of my gun. Not that it would have done any good, but it stopped short. It was like a bluff rush because it was just like, who are these other people? We're used to you being out here, but who are these other people that you've got? We don't like that. Which, I think they could tell if you respect them. It's it's give and take, basically. You got to give them their space and acknowledge the fact that you're not there to actually invade them. You just kind of want to observe. But I think they've got that vibe motion, or they know when it comes down to everybody.
I say screw. I mean, like, even if you screw observing them, because whenever I've encountered them, it was not trying to observe them at all. They just come around and start fucking with you. And
it doesn't do that to me.
Just rain on my damn parade, Pat.
Yeah, no, not your parade. Like they rained on my fucking parade.
Actually, I think it's only Pat that they're doing it to.
I know.
It must be. It happened. It happened.
Piss on Pat. That's what it is.
Yes. Thank you. To win the parade, by the way. Yeah. I mean, they would come piss on a parade, literally, and it sucked because I mean, I don't go looking for them. Why the fuck are they around me? You know.
Question I had.
They think you smell pretty.
Well, I
You got a
probably
murder
do.
mouth.
I probably do.
Your pheromones are turning them on.
Well,
Hey,
why not? You know.
Well, I know what it
Hey.
is. No, I'm telling you, Pat. I'll tell you exactly what it is. They're infatuated with having a celebrity in their woods.
I was about to say that. They
Yeah,
love that dead, rotten smell from the walker.
oh,
Oh,
snap.
Ashley! Wow.
Okay, now,
I
folks,
didn't even know you knew that. Yeah,
I've
that's
got
crazy.
to explain this, folks.
Wait,
We do-
what'd you say, Pat? Hold on.
I didn't know that Ashley knew that.
Dude, I showed you my Michonne tattoo and my Michonne katana. Don't you remember that?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
For everybody that's chiming in on this, going to be chiming in on this, we do have a celebrity amongst us. Mr. Pat did 2 years with one of the on the cast of one of the biggest shows on the planet, and that would be The Walking Dead. He
I
did
can't get it.
2 years, multiple episodes as one of the in the
See it,
production.
Pat?
Yep, I see it.
Michonne has the most epic entrance of any character ever.
Yep.
I
Yep.
worked
Yes.
for the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Now you are kind of celebrity too, though.
You know,
Hey, real quick before we get too far off course, Colin, are you ready to roll with screen sharing or what?
As soon as he gets done eating.
Yeah, I've got a screen share up right now. I just
If you need
It
to eat,
doesn't
go
seem to
ahead.
do
We
it.
can keep bullshitting. I don't care. We can
I'm
talk all
done.
damn
I
night.
think the system is not letting.
I've got Bun in here, and the cat's had his fill. Cat's had his fill, so he's leaving me now.
Well, I finally figured out how to. I was screwing up screen share earlier, so I figured it out. But anyway, yeah, Gary's is a fucking celebrity here. He's the one that's seen a goddamn Bigfoot up close.
Shit, that ain't no celebrity package. That's a damn curse, man.
Yeah, you got to kiss one. I was 50 yards from one. So and Snake Man got to rub on one's chest and get
Big old
a
titties.
little saucy with it.
Whoa.
This would have been some big boobs, man. Nice.
I'm surprised Big Man had.
Now, I had
Big
forgot
Dog had
Little
to
Harry.
chime in.
Well,
a
I've got
little
to.
hairy.
We've got to re-go on this. I had forgot about that. Was that a male or a female that you?
Oh yeah. Did you
contact
feel
with?
like a male or a female, Snake Man?
Unfortunately, it was a male, I think.
Well, can you describe that to us? I know it was a long time ago.
So
but
you just did rub. You didn't cup and squeeze, right?
No, I didn't cup
I
and
look
squeeze. No,
disheveled.
I didn't give him no purple nurple either.
Love the hair, Pat. Oh, look at Pat.
You know what was
I
funny
was loving
though
the
is
dude. I was loving it.
the hair on the on the body was kind of coarse.
Yeah.
Hmm
You
It
know,
reminds me of a horse's mane.
All right,
Yeah,
wait,
pretty much.
wait. Are you saying, dude? Are you saying you touched one?
Wait, what?
yeah.
Yeah, he did. You never heard Snake Man's story?
No, I just thought
No,
he
that's
knew.
what I'm saying. He needs to say
Yeah.
it. He needs to
Go
tell.
ahead, dude.
I just thought he knew a lot about snake. I didn't know he.
No,
Yeah.
he's had some
That's
experience.
Didn't you know what? Didn't you
Yeah.
know I'm the squash whisperer?
No.
No. When I was 14, on our land in St. Augustine, my dad and I were having our squirrel hunting contest. Anybody from the South knows what that is. Okay. And I'm out in the swamps and I'm, shooting squirrels, putting them in my bag, loading up my bag, I take a break. And what was funny is I sat down on this log and I didn't notice it at first until I started looking around and nothing was chirping, no birds were singing, nothing. Okay. And I remember starting to walk back to the land. I start walking back to the land, and it takes a little while, maybe about 45 minutes from the log out in the swamp to get all the way up to the incline.
He's losing bandwidth.
Goes
Yeah.
Do what?
up to our land. And
We ain't
Snake
no
Man,
able to hear him.
change positions or something. You are
We
totally.
can hear him.
And then he touched a Sasquatch titty.
Purple Nurple.
All we
I get
heard.
up there,
It's stuck.
it's starting to get really dark.
Murph, murph.
Mark. Mark.
Damn.
You know,
Man, this show is going to shit quick.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
It's fun shit. We're
It's
cool.
fun shit.
Miss Ashley, you check the messages. I mean the
2020.
because
Oh.
I'm not catching them. Amanda has said a few
I-
things, and she is owing me.
Merry Christmas.
get to the top of the land already dark. I think I got to believe, but do not freak out.
Good dog. Okay.
He put down his Jack and Coke, picked up the cube beam and his 44 Red Hot. And when he did that,
He's not even moving his mouth.
length away was this big form, and this thing.
This,
Yeah, I'm only getting part of the story.
We sat there and we gave each other that look like,
So when does Paul Harvey come in and say the rest of the
you know, like
Hey, can we
puppies would
fill
get
in the
that.
blanks?
I'm just waiting for the asteroid to come in.
2020.
Where's Bruce Willis and his team when you need him?
Oh my God!
2020.
Save the world.
Did the same to
We got-
me,
Can we?
and
Can we
We're
fill
not
the
making
blank?
fun of you, Snake Man. It's
I was
just, it was
standing
blank.
beside him, and I thought maybe it might have been one of my dad's friends from the fire department or something.
He's going to kill us when he sees this show.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then he looked into my eyes, and I looked
was out
into
there
his
trying to
eyes.
play a prank.
He's real
He's
passionate.
frozen in sleep mode.
I puckered up my lips, and he puckered up his lips.
I kissed a squatch and I liked it.
Man, I'm sorry. It's so funny, but it's really not because I think we.
Oh, there he goes.
I hope we didn't make him mad. We're going to have to get him on, like maybe have him call me or something, because I really do want to hear this story because I know how. And folks, listen to me when I say this. I'm serious. It is life changing when this
It is. It is.
And
Yep.
it's just so sad that we can't hear his story. We've got to get him in a better signal area because it is. It's literally devastating to see a Sasquatch up like this. Folks, I think he was only 9 years old.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
a kid.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
But you heard his story before?
I had heard parts of it. I haven't heard the whole thing, and that was years ago when I actually heard it.
No, okay.
He was give you an idea about him, and he might get mad upset for me for saying this, but he was tied in with the Paris, Texas investigation, Whitey's Run, and the fence climber that M.K. Davis evaluated so well. He was involved in the investigation. That real famous investigation of the family.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. But Snake Man, please don't get mad at us. It was just so funny because you was cutting in and out so much and you couldn't hear us trying to shut you down. So don't get mad at us. I mean, that was so comical, but I want to hear your story, but what we'll have to do is get you to where you can get some better bandwidth. There he is.
Back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We were talking to you before when you were gone.
If he starts right back up where he left off, I'm gonna laugh again.
And then
Oh my gosh, folks! What a night! What a day! What a year! 2020. You know,
2020.
back in January, Big Dog, I know you remember that. Back in January 15th of this year, I said this was going to be a big year for change. I never knew that it would be this fucked up.
Yeah,
Even in the world.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah, I know, but damn.
Not what you were expecting.
No. I mean, this year's been so, I don't know how to put it. And hold your hat, folks, because we got another one coming right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here it comes. Right in your face. Ace of Base.
Now, when you say Ace of Base, are you talking about the band?
Hey, that's a good band. I'll be right back, folks.
Sure.
And welcome to Squatch Talk, guys. I'm Pat.
Welcome to the Big Dog Random Show.
No, you are not hijacking my show.
And now,
no, like, look, for 2020, it's like I said, after we heard about I know we don't talk politics, is the only thing I'm going to say on here. After I heard about the stimulus package, I'm like, in what delusional universe is a good COVID stimulus package sending money to countries overseas and not taking care of people? I said, I can't wait for 2020 to turn 21 and start drinking because I'm going to be going round for round with it.
Basically.
Yeah, it's a little messed up.
They're trying to sneak
a little.
They're trying to sneak
little
some
to
other
you,
crap.
Big Dog.
They're trying to sneak some other crap in that bill too. They were talking about a provision that's in the bill to turn, like if people who stream movies for profit, they're putting in there that it's going to be a felony or something like that. So they're throwing streaming regulations into the COVID relief bill because they know it won't pass otherwise. And that's a bunch of bullshit.
So
y'all saw the
politics and COVID.
Yeah, y'all saw the whole
it happened fast.
I posted a meme earlier, sometime this week where it's like, you've all heard about Elf on the Shelf, and then below it's got a picture of Nancy Pelosi walking in a ditch.
Bitch in a ditch.
Bitch in a ditch.
I'm back.
Don't say that.
You do know, folks, that on my streams that we don't really go politics and stuff like that, for the simple fact that I've in 3 years never been gigged by Facebook and never been gigged by YouTube. And we got other formats for that, don't we, Pat? We got
definitely.
We got other formats that we can go and really ramp that apart. Matter of fact, we need to get you involved and y'all involved in that.
That relief
Y'all
bill's
made me go there, okay?
Huh?
I blame it on y'all. We just lost Colin.
Yeah.
No,
he's right there.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm telling you, if you lose Colin, an asteroid's done hit because his shit's together. Like mine.
Colin has two.
Oh my God.
One is my shared screen. So yeah, I've had that.
Okay. So I'm not
I've had that shared screen there.
Man. Okay,
sitting there
that's what it is.
For a while now. I'm waiting for somebody to approve it. I think it needs to be approved.
I can't do it.
Let's roll with you, buddy.
Colin, do you like the lemonade from Chick-fil-A?
Do I what now? Sorry.
Do you like the lemonade from Chick-fil-A?
I do. I like the diet lemonade especially. It's really tart.
Sweet is the best.
Man,
I'll get a gallon of it.
Yeah, I don't drink anything with sugar in it. So the diet lemonade and the unsweet iced tea is really good.
Folks, don't be disappointed because, like I said, we would go anywhere from Bigfoot to No Holds Barred. Now we're on Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
So,
well, I saw him eating it, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Look, if the audience is bored, we're having fun.
You know what we need to do?
We know how to roll.
Find like a halfway point in between me and you, and do and find a Whataburger, and me and you and Crystal all meet up.
I'm about to take my webcam down and point it at the screen over here that I've been trying to share for the past half hour.
Do it.
Is
Do
there-
it.
Let's
Is
go.
there something you can do to approve my shared screen down there?
Ba-bum-bum.
Mm.
That's not it. That's what she said. I had to. Sorry.
It happens. Just go with the flow.
Mm. Oh my god.
Maybe
Just
I need
relax.
to remove my regular stream.
Yeah.
Wait, something just came to head.
What are you, Charlie Brown?
Alien.
All right, here we go.
Man,
It's
there we
coming
go.
up.
Turn this light off.
Hey, he doesn't have pants on.
I found the daggum trail camera pics. I've seen that before. The hand over the.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Look, there we go. Ooh, wait, I'm a Sasquatch grabbing the trail camera.
I do it. I
It
saw.
still won't let you do the screen share.
No,
I've got the screen share going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
You have
Okay.
to approve it. Yeah.
which I can't do it because she can't get me as a co-host. It's in the settings, I'm sure.
Settings.
Or it should just pop up, Gary. It should
When you
just
go to
pop
share
up.
screen, what
Right.
it does actually is it pops up in the bottom in the studio.
Yeah.
You'll see it just like if somebody pops in the background, and then you let it come forward. You hit.
Yep. Just like a person. Yeah.
Just like a person.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. I got it.
There we go. All right.
Bam.
Took me long enough. Are we going on my night vision video, or what do we? Or is this
No, this
yours?
is
Oh,
that.
this is your share. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. This is the image stabilization of some FLIR footage that come out of Virginia, courtesy of alias good friend of mine, Wood Booger. And this was caught at like, I think he said 60 yards out of a truck window. And folks, this is not doing it justice, but you can see the definition in this thing standing there. And it's, when they recreated it, it was 9 feet tall.
Are you
But
talking about that?
Yeah.
Right?
It's compelling. I'll say that. Not conclusive, but compelling.
It definitely does look humanoid.
Yeah.
You see a head, you see shoulders, you see what looks like a hand, kind of by the weight, like what would be a waist, and it's almost a bend in the knees, like it's taking a step.
The whole point of doing this is second gen FLIR. The FLIR stuff that me and Pat's working on. If they would have been using it, you'd be seeing the thing's eyeballs and its nose.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, just a way better profile, obviously.
Yeah.
Was these and there's no video? These are all just stills.
No,
so we
this
couldn't see
is video.
movement.
This is video.
Yeah,
What we've done is we've stabilized the camera because he was holding the camera up to he was holding his phone camera up to the scope. This was a hog hunting scope. And
okay.
the whole thing's moving around. And this was Colin's first actual attempt at image stabilization using the software we have.
yeah.
So you can see here, you see the screen here, the FLIR screen, and he's holding his phone like
Zoom
this.
in. Yeah, zoom in on that.
That's what
if
I'm
you
doing,
can.
though. See,
I'm
what
sorry.
I do is I zoom in with the software. So right here, I zoom in with the software, and then I track the middle of it, so it stays in the center of the screen while the rest of it kind of moves around a little bit.
That is very interesting, and I mean that looks to be pretty tall. That looks about 9 to 10 feet tall at least, considering the distance from this camera.
It's compelling in a way. I mean, I like a lot of the thermal signatures coming off the shoulders and the hips. That's compelling. That means that means a lack of clothing. Actually, because that's where you would be losing. You'd have a lot of heat, that would be radiating off those areas, those extremities, if you will, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting So this is more than just white hot. You're actually getting some red signatures, and that is very important.
Yeah, that's
Obviously.
conducive to it being actual hair instead of like a cloak or something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. And of course, we talked about that, Gary.
Oh yeah, extensively.
Yeah, and so that if you could take what we're showing here and make it 10 times better, obviously you would have something conclusive, literally. Like you would have, and I'm not, I'm not trying to poo-poo on this.
Oh, you're not.
And I'm just saying that it's actually interesting, but it's not conclusive.
Well, no, but the beauty of it is that he is pretty consistent in his area with stuff like this. So, and he's not very far from you. So once we get your system up and going, this would be one of the areas that we hit you in.
Yeah. And it's almost like a good bridge. Like it's way better. It's way better than
some of the other stuff. Yeah.
Like Casper the Ghost type white, like cheap, really cheap white hot thermal, this is actually showing some of that red, which is so important.
Yeah.
Because once you get the red involved in the thermal signature, you're getting real data there, that can't be replicated. Like, I don't know. How do you replicate that red data? I mean, you put some hand warmers up in the
and you can. I mean, if this had 3% more, if this video right here had 3% more definition to it and a little bit better focus, and it's no fault of the guy that gathered it, because that was, he's literally driving down the road and he's seen it and he stopped, But if this had 3% more of the definition, to me, this would be conclusive, because I mean, you can literally see when it fades in about halfway through it, where it heats at its feet. Look where you can literally see where it's like it moves its foot from behind some brush, and you see the red pop in at the bottom. To me, this is, this is in the top 20% of some of the best FLIR or thermal that I've seen. And the thing of it is, this guy consistently, these things are consistently in this area on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, one thing that it was with the Patterson Gimlin film, and, Daniel had posted something about it where people were talking about, debunking it with the costume or something like that. But with this, and I'm still trying to find it. There's like a side-by-side of a still for the patty, and then next to it, it's where they've peeled away the layers of the fur, the skin, and you get down to the tissue, the muscle tissue and everything. And it's very definitive.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, you're looking at it. There was, and I encourage anybody that, really does wonder if that's real, Google Idaho State study of Bigfoot anatomy. And it basically is the kind of thing, I mean, it shows you how straight line a costume would be. It shows you muscle movement, or just creases and muscles from apes, from humans, from patty, and then vice versa with a suit, and how straight, it's so weird.
Oh yeah.
It is. It's pretty awesome.
No, yeah, I mean, the Patterson Gimlin footage is it's pretty conclusive in my opinion. It's I mean, just the shin rise of the way it walks and the way it lifts its legs.
Yeah.
The shin rise is so unnatural to human movement.
But yet it's so natural to every other animal on the planet.
It's certainly natural to them.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say that, man. Like, it's a very natural movement, but for human beings to have that kind of shin rise, which is way off of our shin rise. Our shin rise is like this. Their shin rise is like
that.
It's
almost biomechanically impossible.
Yeah, it's that alone is so compelling. It's like scientists should be jumping all over it, but they're not, obviously. it's just not good enough footage. And like we talked about, Gary, it's going to take something better, something more advanced, even better than we just saw, which was actually compelling to some degree because of the signatures that we were getting off the extremities there. It would be that times 100 easily.
Oh yeah.
You know, and we can demonstrate that like right now. Like let's tease this shit. Like,
well, now how to share. I mean, it's definitely worth looking at. Folks, we're talking like Total Recall stuff. I mean, this
much, yeah.
Stuff is fanatical, and it's available now. It's flat out. I mean, they're using it in COVID research right now. Half of these federal buildings and stuff you walk into, they're literally using this kind of equipment to measure your temperature. It measures within a half a degree accuracy at over 100 yards.
Feasible. Who in their right mind is going to do this in the first place? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's that?
What just popped up?
It would be
he's running through our show.
I was going to say that's you.
Crazy sounding redneck.
Yeah, I paused it. I don't know if I can't tell if you brought it up on the screen.
Sound like you.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Is Big Dog frozen?
Yeah, looks like it. Whoa!
Wow. My eyes just
Doors box.
All right. Is that better?
Yeah.
My screen is freezing up.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
If the data is not corrupted, and yeah, here we go with the thermal demo, man. You could tell, like, you could see the clothes on the
Absolutely. And wait till you see the close-ups of these folks.
Yeah.
Look at the definition.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the current technology, people.
Yes.
It's not this white hot Casper the Ghost thing. It is absolutely 100% conclusive.
The goatee.
It's not going to be 5 feet in front of a Bigfoot's face. I doubt that.
Not in the beginning, no.
Yeah, this would probably be something captured from maybe a couple 100 feet in the air. I mean, you can't really get down into the canopy because you don't want to lose the drone.
Yes.
You know? So that would be risky. But yeah, even from 150, I mean, you know, what's the average height of a hardwood? Like not even 100 feet, right? Like maybe.
No, I mean, you might get out on the West Coast and get some conifers and hardwoods 100 foot, but I mean, you could easily get 100 foot consistent elevation and have plenty of room anywhere I've been, because flying a little bit like I have, easily get within 100.
All right, don't be tasting off all our stuff. We gotta save something for later.
Camera, then 150 foot right there, and the target.
And folks, this quality of footage
mile an hour
can be mounted on a drone.
The paper
it actually is on a drone.
That definition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean, the most important part was the first part I showed. That is like you could see everything, every jacket collar, every button. Like you could see everything. That's the thermal technology that has to be used. It's that
we're going to take it to the next level.
Yeah, yeah, and we demonstrated that beautifully, which is why I just pulled it up. I'm like, there you go. Like that's how it's supposed to look. Not that shit you just showed me. Like, which was compelling.
Yeah. Well, you got to understand too that's a second gen scope. I mean, that's probably a 5-7 year old scope that he's got, and it's still better than a lot of the stuff I've seen. But my biggest deal is he's in an area that's easily applicable in your how would we say, easily for you to get to. He's only about 6-7 hours from you,
right?
Compared to 19. Well, it ain't 19 out here to me, but
something. Probably more like maybe 12, 14. Yeah.
12 or 14 here.
Yeah.
I mean, you got areas up there that you can get into that's more feasible, and he's pretty consistent, and he's already
correct.
He's already kind of prepped for it, but
yeah,
for some host, I tell you what, Ashley, you jump in and out of here more than I do.
Hey, she does what she wants.
Big Dog was having some technical difficulties. He'll be back on in just a second.
Sorry, somebody. He's in a gunfight right now, I'm sure.
And where he lives, I would not want to be in a gunfight with that boy. That boy's got some guns.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, like I mean, it's just what you pulled up in that clip, that I just showed from our interview. It's like that's the difference, dude, between what we were even just looking at a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
And what can be done.
Oh, yeah.
It's like such a huge difference.
And like we said in the other show, the stuff that we just now showed, the Gen 3 and the Gen 4, that's not the best on the market even yet. I mean, there's more advanced on the market than that. Folks, the quality that you just seen, you can get in the range of just for the camera, you're talking $3,000 to $5,000. You can get it sitting on a drone for what, 9 or 10?
10 grand. Yep. And I mean, it's just so much more better.
Oh yeah.
Because of your angles, you can always get if you're flying the drone, you have the ability to get an angle on it. So and again, what we talk about, Gary, in that interview is that I have the ability to record an 8K footage. 8K.
Yeah. Yes.
And so now you're talking, I mean, fucking Steven Spielberg recording shit. Yeah, the amount of information that's captured in that 8K footage is huge.
I've always wondered about that, about the storage of the 8K footage. I mean, if you got an average flight, of 40 minutes for the drone, what kind of a storage are we going to have to store that 8K? Is my.
It doesn't matter. Honestly, I just slap a fucking 150 gigabyte, or mega gigabyte, 150 gigabyte SD card in it. It's fine. It's just double. It's double 4K.
Quadruple 4K.
Quadruple 4K. Yeah.
All right, Gary, do you think this would be a good time to kind of, I guess, cross-reference with what I did the other night?
Yeah, the only thing that I see there is if I'm gonna throw a paper ball at you from Oklahoma to Alabama if you start talking about this damn app on your phone, because it sucks. We got to get you folks. We got to get some equipment, because this gal has some shit going on down there that's nuts. She's got 2 of the best Squatch surveillance systems there is, and they're called Wolves.
Yeah, and I mean I've got a night vision app that I downloaded on my phone, and when my girls start doing things, like the last time that it happened, they were doing that talking, like that sweet talking. They only do that with me whenever I feed them, play with them, whatever. And I went down there. Me and Gary went back through some video that I did where I thought I had caught something, and then we realized, it's just the way the foliage is. And the green screen or the night vision actually did make it into something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's where it you're looking at it and you're like, we keep preaching we're our biggest critics. You got to go after your own evidence before you put it out there. But then again, the other night I had the girls, they were doing like a choppy howl, which they do when, there's something that's upsetting them. And so I went back out there and I found what I thought was a print. If Colin, if you want to go ahead and screen share on that, okay. I could not find. I'm assuming my casting powder got tossed out by accident, not by me. But I had to, just to outline it, I did baby powder, just sprinkling it over it. And then I went back the next day looking at it, and I mean, it looked like there was a big toe and a little toe, but then you look at the big toe and it's really dug in more in the little toe. So I think honestly, what I was thinking was a track, because it was like a juvenile. It was the same size as my foot, and when I really looked at it the next day, I was like, you know what? I'll bet you anything that was an armadillo that started to dig. And
Right.
that's when I started walking back there, and I heard, twigs snapping. It wasn't anything big. It was, I knew it was something little. But when it heard me coming back, it took off because it was fresh. And, we've had some rain over the last few days, so the ground is soft. It's very impressionable. And just the way it was, I was like, hey, I can see how somebody would confuse this if they don't criticize themselves harder than we normally do, as us taking ourselves seriously. But
Yeah.
Colin, yeah, and that's basically nighttime. I mean, now this actually, you know what, Colin, go to the video. We'll show that real quick. And y'all have to forgive me on the video because when I showed myself collecting what could possibly be evidence, I set the phone down at a bad angle. But basically, I went back behind the girl's pen, was doing some stuff, and I saw this strand of hair that was very strange. That we have nothing but black Angus cattle in the pasture next to us. And there was this, and cows don't have like 6-inch plus hair. And it was tangled in the barbed wire. And so you're seeing it there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that long from there, but I actually stepped back. And, barbed wire, you do 12 inches apart, for each strand. So when I step back, you can see that I'm about 6 feet away from the fence when I see that. And you see how low that hair is. And I was running my mind through anything that it could possibly be. No, it's not the cows, because cows don't have that long hair like that. They're the black Angus. I was thinking, okay, it's 28 inches off the ground. Could be a, maybe it got the tail of a skunk, but it didn't stink. It didn't have that residual smell. And I walk this fence line every day whenever I go back to feed the girls, play with them, take them for their walks, whatever it may be. And I just I went ahead and recorded it. I'm not dead set that it's anything, but I wanted to record it just to show people, if you do find something, this is how you do it. I had a never before used cellophane sleeve, and then rubber gloves. I made sure to keep them away from my body. They did not touch my clothes. They came straight out of the box, and I was keeping them. And then I went ahead and pulled the hair, and it's mostly white with a little bit of blackness in it. And there's a few strands of it that they're down at the bottom of that sleeve, and then they're still kind of sticking out. I didn't want to stick my hand down in there, even though I had my gloves on. And this is, this part right here, I thought I had a better angle on it, but it took up the foliage or the grass and weeds right there in front of it. But I tried to explain as an educational video of how to collect things. You don't want to contaminate it. If you think it's an honest to God something you want to find out, you don't ever touch it. And then I went back to the print, and like I said, that next day when I actually got to see it in daylight, no. But I do still have the hair. The only thing that I'm thinking it possibly could be was a stray dog. But I have not seen any long-haired black and white dogs in this area. So, I mean, it's just, I'm not sitting there saying, yeah, this is definitive. This is not, Yes, it's basically giving people ideas on how you do go about what you think might be evidence. This is the way you collect it. And that was before I put the baby powder on there, because it kind of defines it if you don't have a cast.
I still think it's a giant albino skunk.
There's no telling. I do have repels all that I use all throughout my yard, and even going down there to keep the armadillos out, because I'm so sick of them digging my yard up. It's not even funny. But it's just there's no stench to it or whatsoever, but I do have it saved. I contacted somebody else in the Bigfoot field and asked them. Big fart, yeah.
Big fart.
But I went from that, and you could see how it's the way you're looking at it now. You do see that foot shape, but then when you get into it, there is an arch to it, which any other Sasquatch castings and molds you've seen, they really don't have an arch. They're very flat-footed. So, and plus, like I said, the toes were very. So I think I'm pretty sure it was an armadillo, and the other one, even though I did take care in collecting the hair, it's more than likely I'm gonna say either a skunk or a stray dog.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do use the repels all to keep little critters like that in. But I did notice I've had more armadillo holes here lately, so I put more out today. So hopefully that'll work as far as keeping little critters away. But yeah, that was just a little something I wanted to throw out there as far as camera and see. This is my infrared. Or not my infrared. My night vision. It's just an app, and basically all it is you're filming with your flash on, and it puts the green screen on there. So it's nothing great. I'm about to get me just to start off with a 4K night vision camera,
so she can go chase Bigfoot.
You know what? I got your big fart right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10 years from now, and she'll be like posting something on Facebook or something. I'm gonna be like typing in Bigfoot.
I'll be right back, guys.
Hashtag.
I'm surprised you lasted as long as you did.
Oh, Colin?
Yeah.
It's like when we brought him in last week, he's like, I don't hear nothing. Bye. It's like, damn it, Crystal, why'd you have to smudge so good?
I am gonna have to shut us down around midnight though, so I got to shut off the generator.
Oh gosh, it is late. I did not realize that.
We're gonna be having a special guest come on here shortly.
Down.
Wait, who's that?
Wes Garmer.
No, I wish.
Come on, Wes. Jump on in, Wes.
Yeah, Wes usually monitors my shows.
Yes.
I tell you what, you can't get no better than Wes. Wes is a good guy.
He's a good dude.
He's from a distance has done a lot for me and my little production. He's just by being who he was. He kind of got me started in this, and I've told that story before. But
yeah.
But Amanda was saying something about coming on. I sent her the link.
So did I.
Yeah,
what's going on with you, Amanda?
Woman? She said she's cooking caramel pies.
Okay, well, you know what? You can wait for them. Christmas is tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they don't get my power on by tomorrow, I'm going to be mad.
I don't blame you.
And once again, folks, I do want to apologize for us not having the production side of this done better, but I am literally running on a generator.
Yeah, we're getting set for rocking.
Yeah, after the first
2021 hard. We're going to have some good shows.
Yeah.
With that. Tonight was just kind of a last minute. Let's do one more show for the end of the year before it goes away, and we'll talk about anything. And we really did want to talk about those weird EVPs or whatever it was that we were hearing last week, which that kind of got our blood pumping for a while.
Right.
I'm telling you, Pat. You came in after the story, but I'm telling you, it was the creepiest thing.
It kept me and you up all night long because I was over here after everything happened. I couldn't sleep at night, and then I think you messaged me finally at like 6. Like, I can't stay up no more. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, I wasn't there for it. I heard about it. I was like, whoa. No thanks.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and it started off with, I mean, granted, this is live and uncensored, and we do cut up and we laugh and everything, but I felt like I totally broke my mold and, broke out of my professionalism when I saw that. And it was my mind immediately went from anything Bigfoot or whatever to protecting my buddy.
Hey, this is
And
David from Carolina.
Sorry.
Cryptid Field Research.
yeah,
know.
thanks, dude.
Sorry about that. I'm off my game tonight, folks.
Nah, I mean, that's why we're playing with this. I mean, so we can bring rock and stuff. But yeah, that was some shit last week. It was one of those things that really threw us for a loop.
What I was just doing was there's a feller out of Carolina that's got a cryptid channel and does stuff. And he's contacted me through my YouTube, and I just subscribed. Mr. Matt Harper, I'm gonna give you a plug from Carolina Cryptid Field Research. But I just subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of stuff going on out there, and he's been doing this a while. We've been kind of running back and forth for Hooper. Yeah, Hooper. Sorry, Matt Hooper. Folks, I'm extremely tired.
Yeah,
but I think we're all like,
hey,
yep.
Man,
well, me and Pat are on the sauce, so we got an excuse, right there, buddy.
Absolutely.
I see her. We
Christmas fucking cheer going on there.
Oh,
there's my best friend Amanda.
It's dark out here.
Yeah, she's like,
she's
incognito.
It's dark out here. There's squatches in these woods.
Do your Blair Witch impersonation.
I'm scared.
She's just sitting. She's like, "Fuck y'all." Look, if you ever get a chance to listen to that Pink, the song by Pink called "Hustle," that's her ringtone. Wait, look, I claim no rights to this song. But it perfectly describes her attitude and the way I know this chick like the back of my hand.
Now that we've got Amanda on here, she's actually got a pretty active area herself. And
yes, she does. I'm supposed to be going out there.
Yes, an undisclosed location in Alabama.
Do what? Sorry, my phone was too loud.
I said she has a quite active area in an undisclosed location in Alabama.
And I will.
Dang, she's like a chain smoker.
I know, she's terrible.
That gun.
Hey.
It's like Marilyn Monroe over here.
I'm outside and it's raining and it's freezing.
It's cold up here. At least you got power. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to be out there tomorrow charging my batteries with a hand crank or something.
Gary, this is her ringtone.
We can't hear nothing. Turn that crap off. What happened to us talking about squatches now? We need to be talking about the target species. That's what we're doing the show for. That's what
I do not own the rights to that song. That was Hustle.
For some reason, we're losing your bandwidth.
Mine?
Yes.
Who said yes?
Amanda?
I'm looking good on my end.
No, your audio, because you was running your phone and it was crossing over your bandwidth.
Oops. Excuse me. Boy, you are just... she's looking like this. She is like puffing and puffing.
I know, man.
Can't say anything but the little cherry at the end of that cigarette.
And it sucks because she's a good-looking gal.
Amanda? Psh,
yeah.
She's average. Look, exactly. See, look, I was gonna say she's about to start cussing me here in a minute. Oh, Amanda, since you can talk but you don't want to be seen, do you want to share with them the Skittles story?
You can.
No, I ain't doing it.
Gum, I still got people.
Where'd Pat go?
He's in the background floating. Sorry, I'm working on my next year's show.
All right.
Snake Man's back.
Yeah, Snake Man's back. You got your phone working better, bud?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think we got a storm in the area.
You actually do. They're rolling from my direction over to you. Plus, the wind has been driving up here.
Why the hell are you sending it to me? What did I do to you?
I'll tell you what, I'm at the point now, I wish I was heading that direction. I'm ready to get back in my mountains. I haven't been in my woods in months.
Mm.
That's the way I've been rolling. I'm like to the point where it's just like, please.
I don't want to hear it. All you got to do is walk outside and lay down with two majestic wolves. I'm stuck with a Belgian Malinois in the backyard in the city. Of course, I'm not complaining, but yeah, I am. I'll take my Malinois and go to the woods.
Oh, there she is in all her glory. Everybody say hi to my best friend Amanda.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Where'd we lose Pat? What the hell did he do? He probably had to go drain the main vein for the amount of sauce he's had tonight.
I don't miss them days.
I missed almost half the show because I was trying to fight with this thing so I could hear y'all.
Well, I mean, it's like you'd pop on and I'd try to add you to the room and then you disappear and stuff. And they even asked, in our group chat, just, did we piss Snake Man off? I was like, no, he's having issues with his phone. He said he was going to bed.
Snake Man, if you catch this show, I have to say this. Please don't get upset because we lost it.
Yeah, we were laughing.
You got rolling into your story and your bandwidth was cutting out. So this was literally all we was catching. And you was going so well, you didn't catch us trying to shut you down.
And we were trying to go, wait, hold up.
Because I do the same thing when I start talking about my fighting and what happened to me. I just kind of get in a trance like you do, and that's what I was telling everybody. I said, folks, when you get up close and personal as we did with the target species, it just totally captivates you. I mean, it's literally it's a life-changing experience.
Okay, I won't put no snakes and mail them to you or anything. I'll let you go this time.
I'm pretty sure we lost Pat for the night.
Probably.
He's probably sitting there like this at the computer.
Miss Amanda's bopping in and out on us.
I look rough
like somebody was celebrating.
Okay, well, Amanda, go ahead. I mean, I've dwelt on it, or not dwelt on it, but I've spoken on it. Go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that's been going on your property that you are wanting me to come out and investigate for.
We lost
She
her.
left. That little heifer.
What we need to do is schedule a show to have her on it earlier in the night and have her talk about some of the stuff because they got a lot going on down there.
Well, they own a business that's like right in front of their house, and I don't know what their computer restrictions are. I mean, it's not like it's family-owned business, so I doubt she's restricted from being on there. I don't know if she'd want to walk down there at night to do a podcast, and I don't know if she actually has a computer that
she can do it from her phone. She can do it from her phone,
Yeah.
She needs his internet access.
Okay, she said, "Tell them I'll be back trying to get my computer going."
Hey,
well, just a minute ago, she left me a message that said my internet is fucking stupid tonight.
Yeah. She
oh, by the way, Gary, I got your text.
Hello, Barry. Who? Me or?
Well, I saw the text earlier when he said something about I think Snake Man's making noise on his phone whenever he moves, or something or other. To
Man,
that
you got
effect.
that late. That was like the first 5 minutes of the show. I think it was like when you'd bump your the phone because you had it muted, but a lot of times with the cord, it'll overdrive the mute.
Yeah.
Because you was actually scratching your head and doing this, and then because once you quit, once you quit, that's when you quit.
See, when we can
No.
find things that
How do you get this
coincide
off?
with
No.
what the
My
fuck.
fingers. The
Mute
cheese.
Ashley, mute them.
Julie, you're live.
Hello,
You're live.
Ashley.
I'm here.
How do you get this off?
You're the host. Mute
I
them.
did.
Hello.
I'm going.
My wife just ate Cheetos and can't get the cheese off her fingers.
Alrighty then.
I take it
Yeah.
she was asleep or something.
Yeah, well, it was the stain from the cheese. She can't get that off her fingers.
She's been eating too many Cheetos, huh?
No, but what did you guys say about my experience? Why do you think that thing followed me?
We didn't
get
hardly
to hear it. That's what we were talking about. Is like, if you go back and watch this broadcast, we apologize. We weren't laughing at you, but we were laughing about just the technical difficulties because you kept It was like you were like and we were all going, wait, Snake Man, can you hear us? We can't. Stop. And you kept going on, and we just lost it. We were all giggling. So
I know damn well you and Gary were laughing at me.
Look,
of all the people on this planet, I would be the last one to laugh at you about a close personal.
The one redneck rule that always stands is no pointing and giggling. Other than that, you can laugh your ass off.
Well, number 2, don't point and giggle at the guy who can put a live snake in your car.
You don't know what I drive, and you don't live nowhere near me.
Well, for you,
and I
I'd
don't
make it
feel
a
like
skunk.
putting a bullet hole in the somewhere in my truck.
I wouldn't do something like that. Well, okay, yeah, I would, but
Yeah,
not
I was gonna say, don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit a bullshitter. Come on now.
Well, on a serious note, why do you think that thing followed me?
That's a common, especially at the age that you was. I hear a lot of that of them following. I've been followed out of the woods before, more than once, about 3 times.
That close? That close?
I had a incident out of Nebraska that has been brought to my attention not long ago. A Native American, they was actually having a tribal dance, and they went down to the river. A husband and wife did, and a 10-foot male, almost gray, stepped out, spread his arms, and followed them all the way back up to the campsite. I mean, it's kind of a, I've heard some stories. Some people say that they thought that it was actually protecting them. And then I've also heard stories of them doing that to get them out of a certain area. We never know what's going through these guys' minds. We don't know the situations on their end, but there is definitely an intelligence there. Just like I did catch that about what you were saying about when you seen it, that if I was taking it right, when you seen it, that you was scared, but you wasn't scared. It was almost like it recognized that you was young.
Right. And what I was wondering was it followed me from a close distance, an arm's length away. Okay. And it was sort of like, the only way I can describe it would be sort of like, I don't know if you remember the old Abbott and Costello where they're tracking the monster in the castle, and the fat chubby guy goes, "Stay close," and he taps the arm that's holding onto her shoulder. That's pretty much how I felt.
I got you. That isn't. Of course, what we need to do is get you to where you've got a good signal, because I'm not going to have time tonight. I'm going to have shut my end of the thing down here pretty soon. And actually, I'd like to listen to the whole story, from the beginning.
Yeah, we're going on. We're over 2 hours as it is.
We are going on this.
We're do what?
We're going on 3 hours.
3? Mine only shows 2 hours and 9 minutes recording.
I'm showing 2 hours and 36 minutes.
36.
Yeah.
Then you're
Okay.
oh, that's probably because of adding them in, because you had
Yeah.
Daniel on first in before I went live
Yeah.
with us. But yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We just kind of wanted to do, touch on a few things, explain kind of what happened last week, why we had to be so abrupt again. If you have not seen my post of apology, I do apologize for being so abrupt and unprofessional, but these guys are my friends. They're like my family. And if I know something's going on, if I know it's going to hurt them, I jump to protect them. I mean, these guys matter to me, and I will always be there for them. They always, I've always got their back, and that's the way it's going to roll. I mean, I won't put up with shit that goes against them.
I matter? Holy shit.
You know what, Snake Man? I'm about to mute your ass. I'm about to mooch your ass. Anyway, when it comes down to it, it's just, I love these guys. We're a great group. We don't have animosity against each other. We can share stuff with each other and be totally critical and be like, no, you're seeing stuff, and respect it, and that we've lost a lot of that in the entire Bigfoot community, which is sad. I wish that more people that were into cryptids, Bigfoot, and whatnot could go on without being jealous about evidence or shows or whatnot. I mean, we're all after the same purpose. That being said, yeah, I did abruptly end the show, and I do apologize. But after that, Gary was my number one focus. So
I got to say that was a little bit of not abrupt on your end, but the whole situation was very almost overwhelming, if you know what I mean.
Well, when I told you not to read the comments and you kept reading them, and then you just you sat back in your chair and you leaned back and you were like, I'm holding my tongue, and I was like, okay, that's it. You know what? We got to go. Have a good night. Bye.
Well, the whole
And then
thing
we
is it
stayed in
didn't
the
end
room
there.
afterwards, kind of.
It didn't end there because he kept blasting me on Facebook, on Messenger. And that was what was weird. That was the biggest thing that got me, is he didn't have access to my private account. So he didn't know nothing about my me literally burying my mother that day.
Well, you don't post. You ask for prayers. You don't post
Yeah,
your
I don't
personal
post my
stuff,
personal
and
stuff.
that's why I never mentioned you or anything. I was just like, it hit close to home for one of us,
Yeah.
and went from there. And I'm sure that if people were watching and then went back to the comments, they could be like, well, it must have been Gary that has to deal with, but who cares who put two and two together? It was just, I was looking out for my bud. I will always do that. And, I do have a short temper, but at the same time, I can be professional. It's just don't do anything that's going to hurt my family, especially when it comes to, I've never seen these guys face to face, but we've talked and we're friends on Facebook, and we are friends, and they're my brothers, and I will always protect them no matter what. And it's that kind of thing where you look out for one another, and that's why I cut it. But tonight, yes, we were basically goofing off. We ran a few factual things through, and then laughed and joked a lot, which, if you guys don't watch the show. IDGAF. But yeah, I love these guys. And as far as I'm concerned, I hope my boys, my whole Sasquatch Bigfoot community has a Merry Christmas. I hope all of you out there watching have a Merry Christmas and a very safe New Year. And we will probably see you, what is it, the 3rd? is the 3rd the Wednesday after?
No, the 3rd's on a Sunday, if I remember right. The 3rd's
right,
my
yeah.
birthday.
New Year's Eve is Friday night, so it's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd would be Monday, so 5th. Okay, so on the 5th we'll be back and we'll have our stuff. Huh?
The 3rd is Sunday, so
Wednesday would be the 6th. Okay. Okay, so one way or the other, we're going to get it knocked out. We'll get the technical difficulties under control, and my production guru, all praise him, we'll all get stuff good and going together. And I appreciate Gary. I appreciate Snake Man, Colin, I was about, you caught me on that one. I was about to say it. It almost came out. My friend Amanda for coming in, and Pat. So, everybody just please have a Merry Christmas. Be safe. Have a safe New Year. And does anybody have anything to say in closing?
I'll let Joe go.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, you guys were making fun of me, but you know what?
No, we weren't making fun of you. We were
I
making
don't give a damn. That's the thing. I do have one thing to say. I got one thing to say. Sasquatch left me a present under my tree I don't want.
DNA evidence is in
That's hilarious. No, we wouldn't. Like I said, I would be the last one to joke around and make, I was laughing because of the situation, because I really want to hear the encounter, and I actually want to kind of sit and talk with you about the physical being of it. But because
you'll love it.
And I've had a face-to-face, and it literally does. It consumes you. I mean, it changes your life forever. I mean, I tell people all the time, I'm not a believer anymore. I'm a knower, because I don't know what it is yet. I mean, I'm still searching. That's what we're here for.
It does change your life, but what really changes your life is when you're out in the woods taking a number 2, and next thing you know, you see a big furry arm hand you the toilet paper.
Well, on that note, I don't know. I'm like, okay, let's abruptly end again. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I am eternally grateful to Gary for being a great co-host. Colin, I met him last week when we went over that stuff, and I respect what you do. You got a great and it was so funny because, like I said, we had these recordings that played over and over. You heard the growl, you heard the whisper, and everything at the same exact minute. And then Crystal finishes smudging. We bring Colin in. We're recording in a new room, and Colin was like, "No." And me and Gary are sitting there like, "There's supposed to be a growl right here. There's supposed to be a whisper right here." And we're like, "Damn it, Crystal Smudge is a little too good. She done cleared what we wanted to have."
Could you tell what the whisper was?
No.
Whispers. One was, I do know, one was Aramaic or Sumerian language, because studying some of the stuff that I've studied in the past. And then the other one, we was actually able to put it on a translator app on the phone, and it showed up as Polish for blasphemy.
Yeah, it's like I kind of, when we listened to the word, he played it again, and I tried to spell it out just by the sound of the word, which, it's kind of hard to do when you're actually going for another language. But the first thing that popped up was Polish and blasphemy. And that's when we were all like, oh, not a good thing. We need to. So, yes, we did. I booted him from the group. I don't know what he's mixed up with. But I do, other than the Bigfoot and stuff, I do believe in paranormal, supernatural. Demons are all too real. Ghosts are all too real. And if you can start hearing things over a podcast, in a podcast, when we're all our mics are muted, and you're hearing very clear, like whispered sentences, two different languages and then growls and screams. And it's not, I mean, you can tell the difference that this was in the system. It wasn't out, no, it was not an outside interference like a TV. You do hear some TV on his recording, but then it goes silent and it goes to boom, and we were just like, we sat there, it was 4 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sat there for 4 hours going over it, trying to get it back so that I could record it on one of these, and it didn't work for nothing.
And
I mean, Crystal she smudged the hell out of that, whatever it was.
like I was saying, dealing with the stuff that we've dealt with for as long as we have, and I'm not saying that we're any better than anybody else, because there's a lot of folks out there that's better than us. But it's not our first rodeo when we.
Who are you talking about? Ain't nobody better than me.
Have had this stuff happen, and especially when it comes to phenomenon like that. And let's just say that I don't like dealing with it. I prefer not to deal with it. I prefer to, as a great friend of mine says all the time, and I'm going to say it just like he says, I like to just wash it aside and say, "Olay, motherfucker," because I don't want to deal with it. We've had stuff come in the house, and we've had bad karma hit, and had, a lot of bad stuff happen, and we just refuse to deal with it. It's one reason I do the cryptid stuff anymore. At least I can poke a Sasquatch in the nose. You can't hit a ghost. But
or give it a purple nurple like Snake Man.
Yeah. I do got to ask, did you have baby oil?
Do what?
Did you have baby oil?
No.
Whenever I hear this, I tell you what, man, we're going to do a special show on Snake Man's encounter, and I'm going to get some of the cheesiest 70s porn music I can find.
Oh,
he's already
okay.
Baby oil.
I'll save the
chest hair.
I'll save the Frost Texas expedition that I was on with the encounter I had for the next show then.
Yeah, because we're definitely going to be definitely going to have discuss this. Sorry, I've got two conversations going on the side over here. Give me just a second.
Hey, Ashley, after the show, give me a call, please.
Do what, dude?
Can you give me a call after the show, please?
Yeah, I will. Not a problem.
Really? It's 11:17.
Big
No more calls.
Big mouth.
Folks, on that note, I got to shut this thing down and go take care of it. I got to go shut the generator down and get Mom to bed too. But
no, you don't give a care if I need to.
Okay.
Well, folks, we apologize. Ashley, I think from now on, I'm going to teach you how to make me co-host. That way we do a lot of this. But anyways, thank you so much for joining. Everybody on my Facebook page, thank you for sticking with us. We have had a great turnout. Ashley, when we end this, hang on for a little bit. On the YouTube side of things, thank you so much, folks. We've got new subscribers. I've literally gotten 26 new subscribers tonight
from your page,
from on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
See, we got to get your two channels going. Matt,
I'll have to look at mine. I mean, to be honest with you, watching the counter on here, we went to 2 people. I mean, we get up to 10 at least, on our normal podcast, but I'm not that worried about it because we're new. And I know we are off the wall. We are all crazy. We do crack jokes. And like I said, tonight was one of those runs where it's like, let's see what, let's give this multi-universe run of the podcast and see how that goes and whatnot. It's just kind of I enjoyed tonight, and I enjoyed being able to really get into it. And of course, it would have been cool to if had I known, I would have gone ahead and went live a little bit earlier just so we could hear, and see how it does cross, stream and whatnot. But we'll have look. Hey, it's 2020. 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. That's it. Hopefully, it'll all be in the past, and we can turn around and turn to 2021 and have everything set, and boom, we just roll with it, and we'll nail it. We'll bring it home. And by then, I'm pretty sure I will have some research done. I'm not going to promise I come back with evidence, but at least I'll get out there.
Yeah. 2 hours, 25 minutes on one broadcast and 2 hours and 46 minutes. Folks, that's not a record. I've ran 7 hours nonstop, but
put it this way, if you're not interested in Bigfoot or Sasquatch, but you love watching idiots, just tune in that way. I mean, we'll make you laugh with our stupidity one way or the other, because like half the time, that's where we all live from. And when Pat comes on after he's been partying, he is a joy to be seen.
Oh yeah.
I love that man to death.
On saying that, I'm going to shut down on the YouTube side and the Facebook side.
Yep, I'm shutting down here. Gary, Colin, it was
thanks for
great
all
talking to you guys tonight. To our audience, please have a very safe and Merry Christmas. And I don't get political on here, but I'm not going to, but I'm gonna say, let's find a way through our differences. Let's become united again, one nation under God, and let's make the government work for us. I mean, we stand back too quiet, and we let them do their own things. It's about time our voices are heard.
I'll add to that, we have a lot more in common than we have different. They wanted us to focus on the differences.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, screw the media, screw the actual government parties. Be who you are and get along and love each another unconditionally, no matter your differences. And once again,
okay,
especially be safe on New Year's.
Those out for all of y'all that are watching on the Facebook and YouTube channels. Thank you. Do apologize for not having all of our stuff put together correctly tonight. I know they can hear me too, but we'll get over that. Thank you for everything that you guys do. I've still got watchers on both Facebook and YouTube. I can't get over this. Thank y'all so much for your hospitality and your patience and everything that you do for us and what you do for this channel. Facebook and YouTube, hang on. We ain't done yet. We're going to make this stuff even crazier once I get my power back up. But once again, thank you guys so much. Everybody here at Poor Boys Paranormal Podcast, Two Bears Outdoors, P3 Productions, we're all one and the same. But once again, thank you guys so much. I still can't believe we have that many watchers still on Facebook and YouTube. I mean, I'm still getting messages.
Colin, you want to say something, buddy?
I'm on the end of the broadcast, and we will see y'all again shortly. Thank you so much.
Colin, do you want to say something real quick?
Nah, thanks for having me. All was fun.
Hey, pleasure, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right, see y'all next year.
You still live over here?
Wait, hold on.
We're good there.